Hi gardeners, Amy here with my assistant, Lily. Today we are going to plant our annuals finally. So I bought all of my annuals back right after Mother's Day, right when we were supposed to, and have just been too darn busy to get them into their pots.
It's a beautiful summer.
Yeah, it's officially summer. It's what, June 25th today, I think. So we're finally planting, but the annuals have been in their pots far too long and they look like heck. Anyway, so we are going to get them into the pots and see if we can bring them back by giving them more space and more water. But we're also continuing the experiment that we started last year. We have a different potting soil in each window box and each pot. Yeah. Each one has a different type of potting soil. So we're gonna see if in year 2, the potting soil by itself makes any difference. So first thing is we're gonna clear out last year's stuff, and then we're gonna plan it all out, and then we will plant and water it in. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. We have Fox Farm, G&B, Black Gold, which leaves Miracle Grow in that one. And then over here we have Black Gold, and we have G&B. This one has Fox Farm, which I believe that means that one is Miracle Grow. So we finished cleaning up the window boxes and the pots, and I have a couple of observations I just want to share real quick. As far as slivers, which doesn't matter for the plants, but for our own comfort, right? I garden barehanded, and I prefer to have a potting soil that's not going to leave my hand feeling like I just had fun with a porcupine, right? So the Black Gold and the Miracle Grow left my hands just absolutely prickly, and I had to stop to pick out slivers several times. The Fox Farm had less, but still present, but the Garden and Bloom, the G&B brand, almost no slivers at all. It was like sifting through sawdust, which was very comfortable when I was working with it. I liked that. The other thing that I noticed was root spread. Miracle Grow and Black Gold, okay, was about what I expected. There were roots that had spread out, they had mixed and intermingled with the soil, and it was pretty normal. Rather hard to excavate the soil from the roots, but we were able to do it. The Fox Farm is what surprised me. With all the growth we had last year, I expected that window box to be a solid mat of roots, and it wasn't. Not only was it not a solid mat of roots, there were some plants that still had their pot shape. Their root balls were still in a pot shape, with all the growth on the top. So that was surprising. And the Garden and Bloom was the hardest one to excavate from the roots. It had the most root spread out of all 4. So that was also very interesting to note. We actually couldn't get a lot of that soil out of that box, and so we've put the most volume into the bucket, which means I might need to refresh that one and bring it up a bit in order to get the soil volume I need in that pot to successfully grow plants. We'll see, but it's the lowest right now is my point. So, with that said, we're now going to place and plant all of our new annuals for the year. Yay! Okay, so in the boxes this year, I have a lot of purple and white, I think, but Sunrise Rose Lantana, okay? I loved getting Lantana last year. I was so glad to find it in 4-inch and quart-sized pots that I could use in my window boxes. Okay, and then I have Bandana Cherry Sunrise Lantana. Very similar to the Sunrise Rose, but a little bit more red, I think. We have, this is called Scaevola. The variety is Surdiva Purple. It's got these really cool purple flowers with 5 petals kind of going out in a fan, which is really fun. Remember, with cascading things, you want to point them in the direction that you want them to cascade and fall. So make sure when you're planting your boxes to point them in the right direction. Then I had to buy this again. This is Cressia Purple Queen. Absolutely gorgeous. This one has some leaf something or other going on. Take that leaf off. When you're planting annuals, it's good to check the health of them before you put them in. Make sure you're not planting a disease to spread to anything else. That's not just annuals, by the way, that's everything. Oh, look at that cool root. So fuzzy. Alright, then we have the dark purple potato vine this year, Ipomoea, and I think the variety is, let's see, what is it? Red Hawk. That's a new one. I actually haven't grown that before. Oh, and then this is Cleome Senorita Blanca. So it's got a white flower. I did grow Cleome last year and I absolutely loved it. Remember, it's got the spiky bits all up and down the stem. So be careful when planting and when deadheading not to stab yourself on those. So in this pot, which had the Miracle Grow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants, and the soil is just about at the perfect level. Okay, next flower box is Black Gold. I haven't talked about this one, Chenille. Okay, absolutely gorgeous. This is the one I think they look like fuzzy caterpillars and I just love petting them and they're so pretty. I think that's everything. Oh, the Bacopa. Calypso Jumbo Rose Bacopa. So this has a nice little light pink, lavender, almost, it's not quite blush. A real pretty light pink flower. I love Bacopa. It does tend to torch though when it gets hot, so maybe this will be the year for it. I don't know. Okay, alright, in the pots this year we're going to do a Gaura. This variety is Beliza Dark Pink. Alright, go ahead and put this one in, Missy. We have another potato vine. And then I got this grass and it does not have a label, but it was super pretty. I love this pink on the ends of the leaf blades. So this was originally going to be the back, but I decided to have this as a filler because it's not going to get very tall. So the Gaura will be in the back, nice and tall. And then we just have a hot pink geranium, because why not? Gotta have at least a couple geraniums somewhere, right? Just
Yeah.
to keep with tradition. Hold on, I'm taking off all the dead stuff. so everything's planted now. A couple more observations. This is just anecdotal, right? There's no science or anything behind this part. It's just what I'm seeing. We pre-watered everything, and Black Gold, Miracle Grow, and G&B did fine. They absorbed the water just fine. Fox Farm was the hardest one to rehydrate, but these boxes are under my eaves. They're completely protected from water. They get no rainwater at all. No snow, nothing. So these were parched, bone dry. But but yeah, that Fox Farm, I have watered it 3 times, let it soak in. The water's coming out the bottom. I stick a trowel in there. It's still dusty on the inside, and so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to rehydrate that. So that might be something to take into consideration if you do try to use these soils for a second year. You know, good to know. Other than that, I think everything went well. It's all planted, and now we just wait and see what happens. So remember to subscribe so you can follow this and all of my other experiments. I'll follow up with this probably August or September again, when they really start to fill in and just before fall decline happens. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the garden.